my name is Angela Smith and I'm going to be presenting today on Wegmans Food Markets Inc. as a firm of endearment. So Wegmans is one of the biggest grocery store chains on the East Coast. I love it. I grew up with Wegmans. It was founded in Rochester, New York, which is my hometown, and it's expanded all the way south to Virginia. I was thrilled when I came to school to Maryland and there was a Wegmans in Frederick. I'm totally fine driving the 30 minutes to go grocery shopping there because it really is the best. But don't just take it from me. We have Alec Baldwin here to tell us a little bit about how his mother feels about Wegmans.
My brother Billy nailed it because he moved to California, and my brother Billy would say, "Come on out to California and come see me and my wife and I and my kids and everything." And my mother would be like, "Well, it's a very long flight out there, to California." and I invite my mother to the Oscars, and she was like, "Bang!" She's on a plane. She can't be doing it.
What is it about her where she lives that she's attached to that she?
Well, I would always say that to her. I'd say, "Mom, your son lives in two of your sons live on the West Coast, and maybe you'd want to live somewhere the weather is more favorable. And there's a store up there. If you live in central New York, there's a store called Wegmans. And Wegmans is a grocery store that kind of pioneered the everything under one roof, big box grocery store. They had photo developing and the coffee bar and sushi and dry cleaning and ATM and get your muffler fixed, whatever. They had tires. Everything in this one store. And I turned to my mother, I go, "You really ought to think about moving out to California with Billy." And my mother, without a drop of irony, said, "And leave Wegmans?"
The center of the cultural universe.
Alright, so what is a firm of endearment? From our text it says, a company that endears itself to stakeholders by bringing the interests of all stakeholder groups into strategic alignment. It also goes on to say, no stakeholder group benefits at the expense of any other stakeholder group, and each prospers as the others do. These companies meet the functional and psychological needs of their stakeholders in a way that delights them and engenders affection and loyalty to the company. And then surrounding the definition are terms of affection, joy, empathy, love, authenticity, compassion, and soulfulness. So these are kind of feelings that firms of endearment give their stakeholders. So who are our stakeholders? We're going to take a look at the SPICE stakeholder model from Sisodia's Firms of Endearment text, which focuses on the 5 major stakeholders of modern corporations. So we're going to start at the bottom at society. So this includes local and broader communities and also the environment and other organizations. Next are partners. So these are suppliers and retailers. Investors. These are individual and institutional shareholders and lenders. Next is customers. So these are the individual and organizational customers that go to Wegmans. And finally, employees. So this includes current, future, and past employees and their families. So how does Wegmans stand out from other grocery stores in the grocery store industry? Let's take a look at some company history. So Walter and John Wegman learned about the food business by working in their mom and dad's grocery store in Rochester, New York, and that started out in 1916. In 1930, the two brothers made national headlines when they opened a 20,000 square foot store, which was gigantic according to the standards of the day, and it featured innovations like a cafeteria that seats 300 and meat, produce, dairy products, and baked goods. Throughout the 70s, Wegmans was innovated through introducing refrigerated window displays, vaporized water sprayers for produce, catering services and cooking school, frozen foods, good employee benefits, and 24-hour stores. So these were innovations that weren't seen in other grocery stores before they were seen in Wegmans. And Wegmans still has innovations today. So today, Wegmans is a family-owned company founded in 1916, headquartered in Rochester, New York. Danny Wegman is the chairman. His father, Robert Wegman, was the chairman until his death in April 2006. So there are 92 stores. There are 46 in New York, 17 in Pennsylvania, 7 in New Jersey, 10 in Virginia, 8 in Maryland, and 4 in Massachusetts. and it's become one of the largest private companies in the U.S., with over 47,000 employees. Annual sales in 2016 of $8.3 billion, and it's 30th on the 2017 Supermarket News list of the top 75 supermarkets based on sales volume. So these are the company values that are listed on the Wegmans website, and here's what they say. We care about the well-being and success of every person, so this includes all stakeholders like we saw in the SPICE model. High standards are a way of life. We pursue excellence in everything we do. We make a difference in every community we serve. We respect and listen to our people. We empower our people to make decisions that improve their work and benefit our customers and our company. And this is the Wegmans philosophy that's also found on their website. Good people working toward a common goal can accomplish anything they set out to do. And continued, in this spirit we set our goal to be the very best at serving the needs of our customers. Every action we share should be made with this in mind. We also believe that we can achieve our goal only if we fulfill the needs of our own people. To our customers and our people, we pledge continuous improvement, and we make the commitment, every day you get our best. Leadership. Right now, Danny Wegman is the CEO of the company. He became CEO in 2005. He joined the company in 1964 under his father's leadership. His daughter Colleen is now president, and his daughter Nicole is senior vice president of perishable food and wine. And he's convinced that customer loyalty rests on the foundation of greatly satisfied employees. So like I said, Wegmans puts a lot of emphasis on their employees. This is a quote taken from Karen Shatters, who's VP of People at Wegmans. If we take care of our employees, they will take care of our customers. If employees can't take care of their families, they cannot do their jobs. Our pay and our benefits are at or above our competition. It helps us attract a higher caliber of employee. So employees at Wegmans receive good health coverage, paid vacation and employee assistance, so there's an emphasis on work-life balance. There are plenty of wellness programs put in place. They receive premium pay, retirement plans, development programs, and pay increases. And Wegmans is well known for their scholarship program and training, and it has provided $4.5 million in tuition assistance to employees each year. Wegmans has awarded $105 million in scholarships to more than 33,000 employees since this program began in 1984. Wegmans has also won a lot of awards. It was ranked number 5 on Forbes magazine's list of America's Best Employers in March 2016. It ranked number 1 on Fortune magazine's list of the 15 best places to work in retail in November 2016. And most recently, it was named to Fortune's 100 Best Companies to Work For, and it placed number 2 this year. It has been on the 100 Best Companies to Work For list every year starting in 1998, and it ranked first in 2005 and number 4 in 2016. So how does Wegmans compare to industry norms? Wegmans direct labor costs are approximately 15 to 17% of sales, so that's significantly higher than the 12% of a typical supermarket. Most retailers deliberately hire low-skilled workers who can easily be replaced, which keeps wages low while accepting and even welcoming high turnover rates. Firms of endearment like Wegmans know that higher wages and benefits can actually lower employee-related costs, and this also is made possible by lower employee recruiting and training costs and higher productivity. It has been proven that customers are now favoring non-traditional grocery stores like Wegmans and Whole Foods over places like Weis and Walmart. Sales per square foot are 50% higher than the $9.29 industry average, and Wegmans has a higher labor cost than most grocery stores, but a lower turnover rate for full-time employees. It's just at 6%, which is a fraction of the 19% figure for other grocery store chains with a similar number of stores, according to the Food Marketing Institute. So next, for customer experience, Generally, Wegmans just has more to offer. Wegmans offers 50,000 to 70,000 products compared to an average of just over 40,000 in most supermarkets. Wegmans also has more than 3,000 organic products throughout the store, and also a very reliable and competitively priced Wegmans brand. They run larger than most supermarkets, so they run 75,000 to 140,000 square feet in size with spacious aisles. So this is enough to accommodate for multiple carts without running into each other. And they look and feel like a European open-air market. Actually, the Wegmans that I grew up with in Rochester when I was little, they were just smaller family grocery stores. And now that they've expanded, they're trying to make them look more like the Wegmans in Frederick. That's just large and really does look like a European open-air market. So customers can also find fresh-cut flowers, healthcare and beauty products, housewares, a pharmacy, a pizza shop, market cafe, sub-shops, and more. Produce is noticeably fresh. There's high-quality fresh meat from a deli and meat department, high-quality, sustainably sourced seafood, a wide variety of baked goods in the bakery department, a market cafe with freshly made chef-prepared dishes, associated restaurants in some areas, and a grape cheese department. Wegmans is also really well known for their customer service, and as we saw before, it helps because Wegmans employees are treated so well, and they're also encouraged to take the opportunity to build relationships with the customers, and this makes their customers fiercely loyal. In a study of more than 10,000 consumers nationwide conducted by Market Force Information, it found that Wegmans is America's favorite supermarket, and that was in April 2016. Wegmans is ranked number 2 for corporate reputation among the 100 most visible companies nationwide, according to the 2017 Harris Poll Reputation Quotient study. And J.D. Power & Associates' 2015 U.S. Pharmacy Study ranks Wegmans Pharmacy the highest in customer satisfaction among supermarket pharmacies in August 2015. Next is making a difference. So Wegmans has outlined the 5 key giving priorities that they have on their website, and we're going to go through those. So the first is feeding the hungry. Wegmans supports local food banks and has raised over $26 million for the Checkout Hunger campaign, which asks customers to donate at checkout, so they're able to donate more on top of the cost of their groceries. 2. Helping young people succeed. Wegmans offers work scholarships to help students finish high school, and these programs have a 94% graduation rate for student workers. Number 3, encouraging healthy eating and activity. The Eat Well, Live Well program promotes healthy habits for customers and also employees. Number 4 is enriching store neighborhoods. So along with contributing to local charities, they also sponsor exhibits in museums, and this also has to do with healthy eating and promoting that in local neighborhoods. Number 5 is supporting United Way initiatives. So Wegmans collects money, employees are able to volunteer their time, and Robert and Danny Wegman have both held leadership roles in the United Way. Next are sustainability efforts. So Wegmans has a strong commitment to future generations, and they're trying to reduce their impact on the earth as a very large grocery store chain on the East Coast. These kinds of companies create a lot of waste, and they're just trying to cut down on that. So they're focusing on reducing emissions through lighting changes, natural refrigeration technology, reducing consumption of diesel fuel, beginning to install solar panels on corporate offices and some store locations. They're using sustainably caught seafood and responsible sourcing, and they also source produce from local farms and work with over 400 family farms. And they're trying to reduce their waste in landfills. So these little graphics just say that Wegmans has put a large emphasis on reducing their waste. So there's 145 million pounds of food donated to food banks, which equals 362 tractor-trailer loads of food to people in need and kept out of landfills. 29 million pounds of food waste composted by stores, which equals 724 tractor-trailer loads of food kept out of landfills. 110 million pounds of cardboard and recycled office paper equals a savings of 573,500 trees. So in conclusion, Wegmans is most definitely a firm of endearment. They have a strong company foundation and philosophy. All stakeholder groups are valued. Employees are well taken care of. Wegmans certainly surpasses industry standards. There's a strong emphasis on customer service and experience, and Wegmans gives back to the community and takes care of the environment. Here's my works cited, and that is all. Thank you.